But just to fill in a little bit more, I'm sure he knew this. If I give him a chance, he will tell us the whole Katha. But Prahlada, his father's name is Hiranyakashipu. And this Hiranyakashipu was not an evil person to start with. And you know, they say that none of us is evil to start with. When we take birth, Prarabdha karma is there. But we are also given an opportunity to correct whatever mistakes we made in our previous birth. Yes? And how we do this? Through Kriya, through our action. And this action must always be influenced by knowledge. Tamasoma Jyotir Gamaya. Now we all chant all the time. Om, say it together with me. Om. Asatoma Satgamaya. Tamasoma Jyotir Gamaya. Mrityurma Amritam Gamaya. That is, Lord, I want to know the truth, the righteous path, the path to follow. Yes? Teach me, remove the darkness, bless me so that I can understand this. So Hiranyakashipu was a very good person, and he did lots of good things in his life. He was helping all his citizens, all his people who he was ruling over. He was helping them, whatever desires they have, he was able to help them. And so because of this, you know, it's called Abhiman. This Abhiman overtook him. So he thinks now that I can do everything and I can please everyone, fulfill all their desires. There's no one greater than me. Yes? And for all of us human beings, we know there's only one who is greater than us. Who is that one? Bhagwan, God. We all know this. He's the only one who is greater than all of us. So Hiranyakashipu thinks now, or thought at that time, that since I can satisfy all the desires of my people, then I must be worshipped as a God. And this is where he fell into difficulties. You see, his own kith and kin, our destruction don't come from outside, it comes from within. Yes? That's a philosophical interpretation of the Katha. That within, his own son, who will think that his own son will turn against him? No? They say blood is thicker than water, no? But sometimes truth is greater than falsehood. Yes? And those who are steeped in Dharma and who have the knowledge, they will always protect Dharma. You know, all of us are a divine spark of the Lord. And just like Bhagwan will pragat away from time to time and destroy the evildoers, we have continuously in our lifetime to stand up against the evildoers. You know, unfortunately, in this age of Kali Yuga, too many compromises are being made. Yes, we know what is the right thing to do. You know, would you believe that I had a phone call from United States last night? Yes, and the person is asking me, he said, Pandit, they tell me over here that you don't have to do the 10 day and the 12 day, maybe only have to do the 1 year. Yeah, is that right? I will ask any one of you, answer that question. Is it right? You know? So the question should arise in all our mind. Why they act like this? Because this person died in America, and the family from here went over there to do the funeral. But they can't stay in America to do the 10 and 13 day. They have to come back here. So they tell them over there, say, well, you go back over there, don't bother to do the 10 day and the 13 day. Only you have to do the 1 year. Yes? What influences this, I don't know. But I'm suspecting that they probably think that when the family comes back over here, they will not be able to do the 10 and 13 day. So don't worry about it. You know, wait for the 1 year, and then if you come back over here, I'm going to do the 1 year. Yeah? So this is where compromises are being made to satisfy our own condition, whatever it is. No? So he asking me, why do we have to do the 10 days? He said, well, ask them over there now. You're right there. They will tell you you don't have to do it. So ask them why you're supposed to do it and why you don't have to do it. Let them explain it to you. No? There's no different. Devotees, I'm telling you all of this because this is what is happening and we have to teach our children. I'm so happy that this young man spoke up today. Yeah? And tell us. And you know, the sad thing is that most of this they're learning in the school. You know which school? The government school where they go to, that's where multi-ethnic education is being taught there. And in our community, we don't have time to teach. We don't have time to teach these things. You know? So it's a thought for each and every one of us that, you know, this Prahlada, when he was in the womb of his mother, he learned about Lord Vishnu. And how did he learn about this? You know, we always read Ramayana, he says, Vinu satsanga vivekana hoi, Ram kripa vinu sulabana soi. Yes, his mother was living in the ashram. While she was pregnant, she was in the ashram with the saints and sages. And while they were doing all the jap and the tapasya and the chanting of mantras and all that, she was listening to it, and the child in her womb was hearing exactly what she was hearing, and he remembered all of this, just like Arjuna. You know? And so when he was born, he was very devoted to the feet of Lord Vishnu. And no matter how much his father tried to persuade him, you know, worship me, and then everybody, you know, if the son worships the father, then everybody will worship the father also. But if the son turns against the father, then everybody will say, why worship the father if the son doesn't worship him? Why should anybody else worship him? And so Hiranyakashipu became very angry when we don't get our way, you know, Kam, Krodh, Mad, Lobha, Hankar, Krodh. He became so angry that he was prepared to destroy his own son. Can you imagine as a parent, what will drive you to want to destroy your own child? Think about it. That was the state of mind in which Hiranyakashipu found himself. No? To protect his own self, he decided that I have to destroy this child of mine. And first he gave him poison. No? He gave him poison. When the boy took the glass with the poison, because he was a devotee of the Lord, the poison turned into Amrit. The same Amrit that we drink. So there was no effect on him. He drank it. Then he got even more upset. He said, I give this boy poison, he doesn't die. So told his soldiers, take him on the mountainside there, throw him over the mountain. When he crashes when he falls on the rocks, he will be killed. So he went there, they took him. They threw him off the side of the mountain. But again, because he's a devotee of Bhagwan, yes, the Lord created all those rocks that he fell on became flowers. So he fell on a bed of flowers. So no harm, no hurt came to him. Father got mad, he came back. You know, when you get mad, we start to tell everybody our problem. So he started. And Father had a sister whose name was Holika. Wonderful. Yes? And so Holika was given a vardhan that she can walk in fire and come out and nothing will wrong with her. So she told his father, you know, as in all good stories, it was at the appropriate time. The people were getting ready to celebrate Phagwa. And that pyre, I told you, in the center of the village, they were building the pyre. So she said, this is a good opportunity. I will take him and I will go in the fire and sit down. And the fire, when they light the fire will burn him up and he'll be destroyed. So this is what she did. No? The sister took, that's the child's poo-poo. Can you imagine your poo-poo take your poo and want to destroy you like this? Yes, so these thoughts, this is how we have to reflect and see the value of these kathas, the stories. So poo-poo went in the fire, but poo-poo never came out of the fire. You know, at the end, you know, in parts of India, when we plant the holika, back home there is put a plant, a castor oil plant inside, no, when we plant it. Okay? But in parts of India, they will build like a murti, an idol of holika. Yes? But this one will be made of combustible material. And then they will make one little one of Prahlada. But this will be made of some metal, so it cannot be burnt in the fire. And then when they burn it, you will see, she will disappear. But they will go, they will pick the child up. He still survives in the fire. No? So very quickly, the king, imagine, 1 attempt, 2 attempts, 3 attempts to destroy this boy. Nothing is succeeding. So he thought to himself, like all of us do. We ask somebody to do something, they don't do it right. Then we ask somebody else, if they don't do it right, then you determine, I have to do it myself. And so Hiranyakashipu thought, now I have to do this job myself. And so he took his sword and he started to run after this little boy, his own son, trying to kill him. And in running after him, he's talking to him. And he's telling him that today will be your end. Yes? Show me your God now. Show me your Bhagwan. Will he come to protect you? Where is he? No? And so like this, he's talking to him. And as the child is running around, he's running after him. And there was a big pillar that just happened to be, a big column that's there. And he happened to say to him, he says, show me. He sees this pillar and he hit the pillar with his sword. And when he hit the pillar with the sword, yes, the Lord appeared out of that pillar. No? So we didn't tell you, but before that, when he was able to satisfy all his devotees, he did lots of tapasya, and Bhagwan has given him Vardhan. And what request did he had? I don't want to die in the daytime, or I don't want to die at night. I don't want to die inside my palace, or I don't want to die outside my palace. I don't want to die on the ground, and I don't want to die up in the air. No? He said, I don't want to be killed by man, and I don't want to be killed by beast. No? All these Vardhan was given to him. And so when the Lord appeared as half man, half beast, he was neither man nor was he beast, and he picked him up. He said, I don't want to be killed by any weapon. And so the Lord put him on his knee, one foot inside the house, inside the palace, and one outside. No, off the ground, he was not on the earth, and he was not up in the air. Put him on his knee, and there he tore him to pieces. So no matter how clever you think you are, if you're going to indulge in evil things, no, the Lord will always find a way to destroy you. You can never ever succeed. And so from that day we start to celebrate Holi. Yes? And so today that's what we'll be celebrating. So, but what I want you to do, concentrate on Bhagwan as we do some Vishnu mantras now. And you ask Bhagwan whatever desires you have to fulfill those. Oh.